thought about healing. What does it take to heal from these relationships? Why didn't they work? It seems like the result of bad relationships is people, of course, not wanting love, not wanting to deal with anyone, or they will create a whole platform off of toxic behavior. I think we've seen that in certain people who have kind of like come to the forefront with that toxic behavior. So you have people who are capitalizing off of the pain of romantic relationships, who will capitalize off of the trauma that a lot of women have experienced, and especially Black women. For some reason, I feel like our trauma is being publicized, and this might just be me, like, but I noticed this happens a lot where, like, Jill Scott has had one. This girl named, her name is what's the one that has that one song? I feel free like a bird. Oh, it's something. The point is that you have these songs where they make these like, Black man, I love you so much, my brother, I love you. And I'm like, honey, why is it that no one else has to make Asian man, I love you so much, white man, I love you so much, Indian man, I love you so much? Why do we have to make these songs like, if you just remember, I am your sister, I'm out for you? I feel like that's our trauma being put out on display, because we feel like we have to make these big sweeping, love stories or love kind of proclamations to Black men just to let them know, hey, we care, my brother. And that's a part of the trauma too. You've been hurt and rejected by these men. The healing process is to then say, or the attempt to the healing process is then to say, well, you know what? I'm gonna love you anyway. And I'm about to make this song to let you know, my brother, how much I love you. And so it's a very public thing, a Black woman's trauma and her relationship to men that look like her. And then it becomes even more public when you have these channels where it's like the swirling. Now it's like, my sister, divest. You'll have someone talk about all the trauma that Black women have been through, and now they're telling them to divest from the Black man. And I'm like, why does everything about us have to be public? And then we start to see the repercussions of it, right? You'll see these posts, on social media in different areas where it's just like this constant publicizing of the pain. And then, like I said, I look at my friends. I don't want to deal with anyone. It's over. I've given up on love altogether. Not either getting what you want, and everyone's being so upset. Most of the time, you're not actually compatible with these people. I think romantic love confuses people into thinking that you're compatible with them. And I think that that's where we all get confused. A lot of women and men just aren't honest with themselves about what they want. One of my friends in particular, he loves a pretty woman. I mean, that's natural, right? But the reality is sometimes that prettiness overshadows the fact that you don't actually like the person. And compatibility means a few things. Like, it has to deal with value systems, what you want out of life. It's about all those things. So, for example, if deep down you want to get married, and marriage is such an important thing for you, and you meet someone who is attractive, they got all these things going, and they're like, hell no, I'm never getting married, I'm never doing any of this. You need to leave them alone. You're not compatible. These things are going to come up at some point. And so I think it's important that if we're actually honest with ourselves and we look back and we reflect on those relationships, it wasn't that they were the problem. It was you, because you weren't being honest. Some of us who may be single, who are in a relationship right now, whatever the situation is, most of the people I'm guessing are probably single who are watching, team single, let's phrase it up. You don't have to close yourself off to anything if you understand that it's just about compatibility. And I think it could take time for compatibility to come your way. Magic.